Hello, this is Bridget Rao with Divine Essentials. Alright guys, so I decided to do a reading. Well, I didn't even really decide to, it's just kind of like happened. Um, I'm using my Divine Time Oracle, which I was like just moving, and it was like, blah, blah, blah. Cards started coming out, and it was approach logic creatively and calm the raging sea, become stress free. And I was like, okay. Because I don't know, I'm pretty sure that there's been a lot of heightened stress, a lot of like, just collectively, I can feel it. I hate it. Like, I can feel when that shit's going on, not only on my own personal fucking shit show, like, cause yeah, we all go through it, but it's like I can feel other people's too. Um, and I do try to be mindful of that and be like, hey guys, no, like cut that shit off, please. I don't need anybody else's. But I think it comes because I'm a fucking transmuter. um, Blu-ray souls are transmuter souls. Like they fucking transmute for everybody, and it comes in waves, and it's heavy, and it's fucking a lot. And I believe that there's more than um, even that now. I feel like more people are being like dialed in higher, and so their nervous system is like, we're gonna fuck with you all the way. It's like putting mute, like high pitched ah. Oh, I don't know what that was, but somebody agreed that, like, I know if like wood settles, but like that was like a tap tap. Hi. um so yeah, they're saying hi, and maybe they've flown through me by now, I don't know. um But yeah, they let me know too. Like, I can't even go outside without seeing them. But there's also not them, okay? And that's why sometimes, like, I used to spend a lot more time out there in the beginning, but that was way back fucking 11 years ago now. Like, there's not, it's not like it was. It's changed a lot, just personally, on my own personal journey, and, um, the level of things, because I remember I used to try to take pictures back when I first started. Like, I was like, oh my god, let me, like, that when I lived in Carver, like 2015 time, I tried, but it like would not ever give me like, it still doesn't give you like the full vastness of it through the camera, but it's a lot better than it was, and like the zoom capability and all of that has changed. Plus, I know how to like slow things down looking at that stuff, like with the thing. You can see a lot more that you can't see, like when like one of those things comes in and does its thing. um like the other day I looked at the one from my kitchen. There's so much going on in those few seconds. It's like it just fucking manifests out of nowhere, traces the ceiling, goes up in there. But when you look at it, it looks like it dropped down. But it's like it didn't drop down. It's weird. It's so many like weird. But we're seeing, those of us who have been awake, okay, we're gonna see more stuff because we're tapped in. Like, I saw a video today where it was fucking birds just being like manifested out of the sky, like a glitch in the system, the Matrix, okay? And I fucking saw this back when I lived in Carver in that house around those years. I was in the pool one day with my mom, and I was showing her how to dissipate clouds. And it's pretty freaking easy when you, because it's just a cloud, so it's like gone. But like you just focus on a spot within the cloud and imagine like it not being there, and it happens, and like a hole will form into a cloud and shit, like to do this. So I was showing my mom to do the cloud thing, and I remember like we both saw this. A bird came out of nowhere, like it didn't move, it was just stuck, it was frozen, it was like not moving, okay? It was there, but it was not moving. And I was like, she saw it, I saw it, we both saw it. It was the time we were fucking with the system. And I do believe that the system, you know, like things mess up. And it depends on the person that's there or what they're doing with like things around them. and also like the feeling, the emotion heightened. Like there's been a lot of weird things that happen in the world. Like you'll hear like a mother get super strength and like lifts a rock off her child. Those are the things that happen when they're highly charged moments. So the more that you are, charged emotionally within things, the more that can manifest as well. But yeah, I don't know. I remember seeing that and I was like, wow. But it's interesting that it seems to be like I keep seeing these like little videos from different people in different places about like the glitch in the matrix, or the system is doing the things that have happened. Like the thing I saw today was people were looking and these birds were just coming, like swarms of birds just coming out of nowhere. I don't know if it was the way that like the things were, but it couldn't have been, because it was the same, like it was the same glitch, like over and over and over, and people were like, oh no, like it's just the way that things are angled, like the birds, the whatever reflected. I'm like, why the hell, like that it looked like if you went on Canva and you took a picture of like 12 birds and just like hit copy paste and sent it into motion. Okay, like that's not what was going on there, especially because the lady was moving around, the kids were seeing it. It was just one of those things that I have also experienced firsthand. I believe ours moved again after a while, but the other day I saw a person in their car and they got this thing on too. It was just a bird in the sky, not fucking moving. It was like frozen. People can say it's edited, but I have seen it with my eyes, and that was years ago. I feel like more people are getting to that level now where they're seeing those things, and it's like everybody's going through their levels of awakening, and you're gonna see more, you're gonna experience more, you're gonna know more. There's two paths. People can go down the fear path, or they can go down the empowered path, and the people around us impact us. So again, we have to try to protect ourselves, stay aware of like what we know, and keep reminding ourselves to not get sucked into those things. And sometimes when we do, it's just a time of transformation, and clarity will shine upon you again. Open your eyes and smile with new friends. So like if you're not good where you are, go to new places, find new people, or find something that makes you feel inspired, and good. Like I keep getting those messages about use your creativity, like do things that you like to do, create, because it sets things on fire. But if we don't do what we're passionate about, or we don't allow ourselves to believe the beliefs that are aligned with that, then we're not going to have that inspiration. We're not going to have our fantasy, our dreams, our psychic skills, our spirituality, our faith, our deep emotions, and our intuition connected to those oceans, like in a balanced way. And sometimes we get too logical, and when it's like it just shuts us off from creating and manifesting, and being the Lyran master, which says manifesting master, good or bad. It could be good or bad. Symbolism is everywhere. It's gonna show you, and you choose. You let. Oh my God, it's back! Holy crap! What the fuck is that? Now, it's like, what the fuck was that? It was colors that time, but it disappeared again. It was like red, white, blue. Layers, levels, shedding outgrown aspects, serving creatively, like self-expression, being fertile and creative, circulating, rebirth, death, healing those wounds, our past lives, and all of that through these cycles of divinity and destruction, leading to destined divinity. So we're supposed to be dealing with all this shit. It's like whatever happens, happens. Like, why are we worried? Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it, because if you worry about it, you're gonna make it bad. Just get organized, serve yourself daily, be disciplined, ambitious, and persistent, and know that like we have so much more power. Balance between the creator and the receptor. Allow yourself room to receive and get into that flow of being open, beautiful, divine feminine essence, like luxury. Take time for sweet treats of ecstasy, a true divine delicacy, like do stuff that fucking feels good. Go slow pace once in a while. Think about your legacy long term. Be aware of yourself, and go through your transformations. Spread your wings and rise into the dark, stormy skies. Trust your inner knowing and see the sunrise. So, when you trust yourself, you will rise. And allow the divine to nurture, and nature leads when you surrender. So surrender and allow. Illuminate. All right, I had to add this part because I forgot about saying it the first time. And really, namaste. The stronger that you get. Back then, I used to also, like, like push the storm away because I hate winter and I hate being cold, especially when we lived in that fucking basement. So I would like push a storm away, and like multiple people would join me in this. Like I know I'll probably see a post pop up now. I think there was a time where we had like a wicked late storm, and it was huge, and it was like I couldn't get out of the basement and shit. I think that was like the return for the push. And I think other people realize that too. Because like people awaken with each other on the same levels. And you'll be resonating with people who have experienced or learned or looked into the same things that you have. But we live in this fucking matrix. We live in this system where it will swoop you back up within it. Or you get sidetracked or distracted or ADHD, which like everybody and their brother now all of a sudden is like, oh. I think that's been conditioned into people. We've had a society like, I remember being a kid outside playing. Like, that doesn't happen anymore. There's like 4-year-olds that have their own cell phones. Like, I can't even imagine. I think I got a Game Boy when I was like 12. I had Nintendo, but like, you couldn't, I don't know, like, I guess there was times where I like did binge or whatever, but it was like you had to like pause the game, turn the TV off, like you couldn't do anything else at that time. But the way that we have advanced with all of that, it has advanced the amount of information and things like that, and then there's been just a lot going on, people waking up, and then things being predicted but programmed into us. The other day, I was listening to a reading that I saw that was like, aliens protected you, and I was like, I'm gonna click on that because I know they have. Like, you've all seen them do their shit. Like, okay, they're definitely here. I don't think that's a question. But all of this information that we're learning and the things that are coming in are predictively like programming our lives. So I had wrote that on the cover of the last thumbnail. I was like, predictive programming, because I had said it in that video. And as I'm saying that, this girl, like, it was at that part, I was like making the screen, I had just written out the predictive programming, and she's like, predictive programming. I'm like, so when that stuff happens, I know, like, I don't ever not see the triples and the digits and the things. It's like, whoa, it's always coming in. There's all this information. Everything is in sync. Everything is like insanity. But that shows us like how much we do predict the program, and what we look at, what we focus on, what comes to us, what we like put out. It's just it will resonate things within and out, and whatever's supposed to be will be. And some things are going to be like tests, and some things are going to be difficult, but we need to be more calm. And in that state, we have to remind ourselves every day of like, I am worthy of love, I am worthy of joy, I am worthy of peace. And like, we also have to stop giving our power away to all of this fear mongering that's out there right now. Like, oh no, they're gonna kill us all. Like, only if we fucking let them. What the fuck is wrong with everybody? And I'm like, stop it. Stop saying it, stop thinking it, stop. Like, we have so much. So many. Like, duh. Like, just stop participating. We just stop. Why don't we just stop? Why are we doing this? I've heard other people ask this recently, people who you wouldn't think would ask it, but there's more people asking those questions. But we also have to remain calm and do it in an intelligent way. So it's like, open a book, take a look, the answers you seek will come this week. Whatever we need to fucking know is out there and available for us to know. And the more that we know, the more we enlighten ourselves, the more conscious we become, the more elevated within the frequencies we become, the more easily aligned to better everything, even just reality within itself, because it's a fucking program, okay? It's like, it's fixable, but we all need to fix it together and stop vibrating on the other frequencies, the other channels, or allowing them to remain too long, or like not figuring out what the beliefs are. Like, this is like, any day now, expect to be wowed. Complacency is the name that's written on here, because it's like, when you get complacent and you're just like, you're not doing anything to help yourself, and you're not doing anything to hurt yourself, you're just there. It will go down though if you don't pay attention and use like that logic energy with creative energy of like, yeah, well, this is the reality I'm in, and I need to make the best of it for now. But I'm just gonna keep doing what I'm guided to do in the way that I'm guided to do it. And if I create and inspire, it's gonna set my life on fire. Because I'm an artist, you know. And I keep getting messages like that where it's like, use your art more, use your you know, like those skills, because I am like an artist. Like, I do a lot of things. I paint and I draw and I poetry and make cards. Like, and that's all art. And I enjoy doing those things, but like I said, I was in Canva making the thing when it was like, boom, oh, ba-ba. But sometimes when you're in the dark and you're depressed, it's hard to make those things, you know, or it's hard to, it's a hard job. It's a hard job to be a healer. It's a hard job to be a psychic. It's a hard job to be like a super sensitive person, you know, like, and I know people will say like, oh, don't glorify that, blah blah blah, but it is a fucking superpower. Like, you adapted through living through shit, okay? So, you know what? I'm gonna make the best of it, and I'm gonna use my heightened fucking super sense to learn something, understand things, see more, know more, hear more, feel more, ascend more, and break out of these limits or these belief systems that are keeping people stuck, or keeping people in that state of just not feeling good enough, you know, or strong enough or powerful enough. And again, we are conditioned, like, to not feel good. I can feel within myself, like, I can feel where the conditioning like kicks in, where it's like my ability to like do certain things can be like the bird thing. Me seeing the bird thing that took me out for like 4 days. I'm like, ah! I can't fake my life. I can't fake being, hi guys, like, and I don't feel like that's necessary right now. I think sometimes people need to remember, like, hey guys, it's getting kind of fucking serious out here. What are you doing? Like, pay attention. Try to realize, like, I know too, it's hard, but we do have way more power than what we believe a lot. So, you know, it's even hard to empower people now, because it's almost like you know, like, I'm not out here like, yeah, I'm amazing and powerful and like whatever, but I do know my fucking power because I've seen it work. Other people have seen it work. Like, it can work, but we need to support each other and learn from each other, and that's all we can do. So, and then we go through the dark night of the soul to get to the other side, to go through those further levels of awakening. So creating and inspiring, setting our lives on fire, being creative, logically, like using our brains, and learning you know, opening the book, working on ourselves. What are you waiting for? Open the door for the opportunity, which is every day. Like every day you have the opportunity to learn more. But you also need to be in a place of like allowing the balance of relaxing, you know, because they were like, hey, you know, don't, what they say, yeah, don't be like all like, meh, you know, don't be all complacent, you know, try to calm down. Was basically this one. It was like, hey, with green growing on the vine, relax and know you now have time. A glass of wine will calm the mind. And this is like calm the raging sea. So there was a lot of the similar vibrations coming through in these messages. Like, hey, you've got angelic support at your foundation. Like Archangel Michael, he's right there. Like he's fucking right there all the time. And that's pretty good, you know, to have divine alignment. Wow. So, you know, my foundation is spiritually protected. You know, I have a divine essence. I am divine feminine and masculine within my own energy field. The 222 did come out too for twin flame divine partnership soulmates, and then the 313 for the divine feminine also came out. So both divine feminine and divine masculine came through. And as all open their hearts, expect to be hit with Cupid's dart. So this message isn't just for Valentine's Day. It is the Valentine's Day energy, which we just had. But this is also like just opening your heart, relaxing, you know, just being, expecting wow, expecting like that it's time for your change. And it's not going to be strange. Like it's just going to be like, yay, I have my new dawn. My new dawn is here and I'm blossoming. And it says, as flowers appear, a new dawn is here. So it's like springtime is coming in. And then the 777 and the 717 both came through. And these both say starseed codes, light codes, starseeds, applauding you, unconditional love, and awakened love. So you have not only angelic fucking support at your foundation, you got the star support above. As above, so below, you've got all that you need, and all of the support, and all of the love, and the light codes, and the frequencies, and they're like, oh, things that turn us on and turn us up and fucking kick our asses. Well, when you're receptive and you nurture yourself, you open your heart and you relax and you embrace the time for change, and know that your foundation is supported with the divine alignments, and that you are balanced within yourself, and you're giving your time, says pour some more, close the door, break time, become stress-free, relax. It's like, just like whatever the hell you're fucking stressed out about, just know it's gonna be okay. It's like, what are you fucked up about? Just calm down, man. You're the creator of everything around you. Do you ever notice that like nothing's ever like really like presently like occurring to the biggest degree of like, ah, holy shit, what is that? Whoa, I guess it is occurring right now. I don't know if that's the planets, or if that's, what that is, because I didn't see it before, but I know right now Venus and somebody is supposed to be, like, kissing in the night sky, but I think that would be closer together. I can't tell what that is, but I don't get, like, normal star situation or normal plane situation. What I get is a stationary object glowing in the night. And it stays there, but it's big, and it's definitely bright, like brighter than a star. But then over, you know, like this whole time period, it's still in one position. It has not moved. But then after like 20 minutes, it'll be like boom, and it just, but it still goes slow. So you're like, what the fuck are you doing? But then there'll be like other planes out there that are like way smaller. Other ones that are way bigger, boom, boom, like all over the place, and they do like squares above my house. Like they don't even leave. They don't like go away. They're like, hey, what's up? We're gonna do a square, and you know, take fucking forever to do it. So you don't know what we are most of the time. But then, like the other night, I got one. It was like right over my car. I think it's moving now. Yeah, it's moving now. Now it's moving. All of that time it did not move. But even now with it moving, it's like barely moving. don't know if there's two together, like a little one and a big one. But there's also Starlink going up now too. That's Starlink are those things that are like 7 or 8 of them together, like stars. They look like stars, like 7 or 8 stars together. They're not. They go up, break apart, and there's like a fucking flower of life grid around the entirety of the planet with what's his name? The fucking billionaire who owns Twitter. The one that's worried about AI, which I don't blame him, you know. And oh, that's another thing. Everybody goes to fear, right? With like all of the like money and oh, Amazon fucking fired. Dude, I was on Amazon the other day. They were like they hired me. Like, what are you talking about? But the things that they probably did fire, I'm willing to bet are AI fucking replaced things, because AI is like taking over in that sense of like, oh, I can just make fucking content, like, boom, not put any effort in, and then have it fucking schedule itself for all eternity. The only thing is, you have to, like, tell it what to do and know how to do that. So they're just finding the right people and the right applications to use it and getting rid of people that, you know, it sucks, but those people have that information that they knew to apply to that job. So if they applied it to their own life and used their AI themselves, they could probably stand a chance, because there's millions and billions of people. Like, it's like nobody should be struggling really, but we do, because we allow ourselves to not believe that we are of any value or any worth. But those are ending, those cycles are closing, new beginnings are coming, expansion is coming, seeing the results and awakening the infinite with 818, which is an abundance number. And this is the year it will all be clear. So this new year is a year for people. And I was like, what did I say? I was like, what do we need, I think? And the sun came out. And now the sun card can be seen as clarity, illumination, still in the same spot. But it's also like divine masculine energy, which the devil came out, right? And I was like, And then the Ten of Swords, like, you know, painful ending, with the fucking Emperor, the Fool, and the Two of Cups. And I was like, oh. So I felt like what they were saying was like, you need a divine masculine, not a karmic masculine, not a painful ending masculine, not, you know, whatever. It's like there needs to be a fresh start with an Emperor for the Two of Cups, so that you can have your partnership, your true love, your King of Pentacles, a committed, stable person that feels that, hey, we're supposed to do this, like, we're two of the same. The Hierophant, which is, you know, commitment, stability, spiritual practices, and all of that. So, you know, there could be somebody that has some message, or somebody that has maybe watched or saw, you know, either knows of you or you know of them, or there's something that's like, I feel like maybe missed opportunities for people. The Four of Swords, I mean, the Four of Cups is like feeling like rejected, feeling sad, feeling depressed with this Hermit energy. And the Eight of Swords is fear. Okay, so somebody could have juggled you, or you could have had your own things going on that was just like too much stuff that may have caused pain, because the Queen of Swords is here and she's cold and she's closed off and she's hurt. So I feel like that cycle is closing for people, and igniting passion, igniting fire, igniting drive for victory, so that passionate, you know, communication and action can be taken. For some of you, may get apologies, or for some of you, somebody else may open up, or balance could be restored between you, within yourself and within your life and within your partnerships. Or again, the Fool could be new love, new opportunities, but you're going to intuitively know, like, which path it is for you. What is your justice? Like, some things can't be, you know, like, it depends on what these towers were, what was done, how many times things were done to you, you know, it will determine where you're going to end up having that Four of Wands, Ten of Pentacles, ultimate fulfillment, stable, loyal, committed transformation from, you know, things that have not been balanced. So the Ace of Pentacles is that valuable new start, and the Eight of Pentacles is like you've been working and trying, and so your destiny will manifest for you, like whatever you've waited for, in the sense of like committed, loyal, truthful partnership as an Empress or an Emperor. You know, the judgment will be in your favor to have it, but you may have been in an illusion about where it was going to be or how it was going to play out, and that could have wounded you, and because of that you've needed to move forward into calmer waters, into calmer places within the mind, so that your partnership, I don't know why, but like this is in here, right? That's where I split to. It's the only card from that deck that got mixed up within these cards, but it's the 222 divine twin flame partnerships, and it was with Two of Cups. So it's like you may have just, you know, not have known that things like were blocked or ended badly, or there was fears or whatever, juggling like too much on the plates, that the victory couldn't be had, but that you may find out that there's something that will transform for you and still deliver, you know, what that was. But for some of you it's going to be in a different, you know, way of like maybe looking or manifesting or just appearing to you. But either way, it's still your destiny, it's still what's meant to be. So the more you heal your wounds or heal your Five of Cup moments, or the times that somebody like went to battle with you and you didn't really even want to battle, you just ended up being hurt in the battle, the Four of Swords needing to heal. So yeah, a new start could manifest, but it may be something that comes about from awakening again, ascending, learning more, allowing yourself to learn, you know, lessons, and committed to your spiritual practice, becoming passionate about yourself and your betterment and what you will allow and not allow, and what you're going to receive and attract, and how fast all of that can happen. And it could be past life healing, it could be manifesting, you know, we've had many past lives, we've had many people in our lives, we've had many romantic things in our world. And it's like sometimes, you know, it's like new things will manifest, new passions can happen, more healing can occur, just too much of the pain can happen. It's like, okay, like now this just manifests in that position because of what's been, you know, because of like a battle that nobody went up to bat with. Just one person kept getting burdened by, and maybe it was a manifestation of another person's anxiety, or that even their own person's anxiety, or other times that they were hurt. It doesn't matter what the cause of it was, but it was manifesting in a way that this Ten of Cups was never happening or not manifesting, because it couldn't manifest in that same place. You had to intuitively heal and choose how you're going to manifest your Ten of Cups and Pentacles, your true place, the choice of love that you would like, so that you don't end up feeling defeated, miserable, or having hidden like things going on that keeps wounding you, or sabotaging you, or basically just messing with everything around you. Justice will be restored, and a new day will dawn. Those painful endings will end, but you will drop those burdens and see through those illusions with the clarity of judgment as an Empress. So either way, you're sitting pretty and you're fine. And those who have not spoken their truth, or those who have lied or hidden things, you know, there will be clarity around those karmic things and those lessons and reasons why, so that people can manifest the true Emperor to their Empress, because they know their value and their worth, so they belong with that committed, stable, loyal, new beginning that doesn't end in the same old, same old. Again, Hierophant, commitment, wishes coming true, rising up, ascending, new love or new beginning in love, with an awareness and awakened strength an ability to work in a partnership together in a way that's going to bring abundance and opportunities and blessings, because you've put all of your work in. You've put all that time and energy in. So you'll be healing your inner child, and you'll be healing, past life karma, and again, having wishes come true. So stay creative, but balanced in your mind. Trust your intuition. Don't let people keep pulling you off. Try to heal from that. Spark passion and a new way of thinking about things so that you can attract love and romance and, solid, healthy things that aren't going to hurt you, or that carry stable, powerful, partnership and manifesting of good things, So, yeah, hopefully that has assisted somebody. And this is my deck available on my Etsy. I think there's a 15% sale happening right now on my Etsy. I do have crystals. I have more crystals to add. I have a mystery box to add. What are you waiting for? I am thinking about doing maybe making one video where I discuss different quartz or different crystals within it, and when people I can mark it with timestamps, so if people know I'm looking for, or just even the name of whatever the crystal is may call to them, because some of them are Sirian and Pleiadian and Lyran. Fucking Starling is right there still. But they carry different frequencies and energies and things that one crystal has infinite fucking potential of what it does. So I was thinking of recording little things about them, giving them a breakdown, explaining it, trying to show the things to people, because sometimes they're small or they're very subtle. I have a loop that I use, but I don't know. I might do that and see how it goes. I might end up just doing a live or something. But tonight on Divine Essentials channel is the live for the members of the channel. They pay $2.99 a month, and they come into the live and comment their question, and then I read their answer, and then they watch their reading. So, that's what I'll be doing at 9 p.m. And then next week on Tuesday is the Bridget Rao channel one, which is $5.99 a month. And then Wednesday on the Divine Essentials channel again is going to be a moon ceremony for this moon, which is about ending karmic connections, and it's the worm moon. It's a good time to let go of things. And also we have that thing happening with the two fucking stars, two planets are kissing, and then next week that we're finally coming out of a long ass thing that's been impacting Earth sign Taurus majorly, and the other fixed signs. I can't remember exactly who they were, but I was so next week that ends for 5 years. We get a break, and I'm good. So if you've been dealing with it, it's impacted everybody differently, but every sign has been impacted, and for the most part all of us have been pushed to change, transform, because it was the planet that belongs to Scorpio. What the hell is the name of it? Pluto? I think it's Pluto. I used to not know shit about any of this stuff, but this did help me. My celestial oracle, I don't even know the name of it, but I taught myself more things about with the 12th house, what the 12th house represents, and Virgo. What is Virgo all about? Virgo and Leo, and then each planet, I added Earth. I have the first house, I have Neptune, which will tell us Pisces. So Pisces and Neptune, we start to be okay, Mercury is Gemini, Virgo. And then there's a bunch of cards in here, this one's planetary shifts, shaking up the monotony. And Scorpio, loyal, intuitive, mysterious, an aha-inspired idea. It says divine inspiration comes in an instant, and it was created to last beyond the infinite. So when you get inspired creatively, just know that there's a reason. Holy fucking shit, what the hell is that? Now there's a thing going over them that's flashing. in a way that's like fast, but not, it's weird. It's not like a normal plane. You know what I mean? They have subtle like red and whatever ones that are like, and they go to a certain, now it's stopped, now it's not doing it, now it's just solid. What the fuck is that? No, now it is again. But it's like, oh, it did like a woo woo and then it went off. And now it's off completely. What the fuck? Oh my god. What are you doing out there? It happens all night long. I can't have my window open or I'm like, because they come and they like summon you. But anyways, Venus here, beauty, love, luxury, desire, devotion. Venus is like love. That's one of the ones that's having its kiss tonight with, I think, the 10th house energy, which is like how we achieve in our status, like that family, the Murdoch family, where the guy is like 3 generations deep of like people who have been prominent, you know, within the law, and he's just been, you know, hiding crime after crime after crime for a long ass time. It's all coming out. But I don't know if you haven't seen it. That type of stuff is, I feel like some of the things we're going to be seeing. We're seeing truth. 8th house, I circulate, death and rebirth, Scorpio, Pluto, deep bonds. Okay, so it was Pluto. This is like the deep bonds that we have, the big commitments. There are people that we may have to cut cords with. Chiron energy, which is our wounds and our past lives, the pains, the origins, the difficulty, the lessons, the trauma, the hurt, the self-sabotaging, empathic understanding. So I was talking to someone yesterday, and when they wanted to, like, when I wanted to know about my past lives, what I did was your north node and your south node within your natal chart. I will show like a example. I think if you go to like astro.com or whatever, just even Google, into the Google search, like free natal chart that has the Lilith planet or the Lilith asteroid, and then the north and south node, like figure out what those were on the day that you were born. Because the day that you were born is going to say something specific, like my Venus was in Libra for my 4th house, or whatever. And all of that means something, and that can help us to like become enlightened about things about ourselves. So like my Lilith being in Pisces in the 12th house, you know, like I can't remember exactly what it was, but whatever it was, it had its own thing about it, about like how that may manifest into this life. And then like people with like 4th house stuff, that could be things like with their family, their mom, you know, all of that. Like my moon even predicts me having the problems that I've had. Like it was like, oh, Capricorn moon, yeah, you're probably gonna have the and I was like, oh my god, I felt like offended that like they knew me that personally. But you know, things will come to me in that way to let me know, like when I see those things and they resonate and they also make sense logically and creatively, like okay, I will Google like the meaning. Like when I found out about the North Node, South Node thing being representative of our past lives, I looked up for people who have interpreted what it meant for mine, which was like North Node in Gemini, South Node in Sagittarius, and it tells you like how you might have been in another life and how you may be in this life. And I was like, oh my god, because it was like a hermit, you know, not communicating, not going out into the world, being like, ugh. I'm like, yeah, okay. And then also communicating with the Gemini part, where it's like they do media, social media, all of these channels and things that I've made. It's like that both of those parts manifest within me. But there's also things that can manifest within us that we know, like in another life I could have maybe traveled around to have a spiritual awakening. But there's just like all these different ways of things manifesting. You look it up specifically to you. You came encoded with your numerology, with your astrology, with your intuition, with peeps out there that are like, what's up? And that information will just come to you too, if you trust. Like when I do automatic writing, it's just something I just sat down one day and was like, okay, I'm gonna do it. And I did it. And it's like, yeah, it wasn't like I got novels in the first few times, but I was able to, you know, move quickly with it because of the process, the intention. You know, some people just do things and some people don't. And the only way you're ever going to do something is if you just do it. Doesn't matter how many times you get shown, or how many people tell you about it, or how many books you read, or whatever. Like, yeah, maybe you don't want to go do like mind brain surgery or whatever. You don't want to go jump into a fighter jet without training in that way. But when it comes to your intuition, that's inward and that's intuitive, and that's for you to explore. Yes, learn about it, but don't get stuck in that place. Like, you know, find a video. Like, and again, all of the information is available. Basic understanding of any of these practices of, like, you know, Reiki, new paradigm, whatever. It's like, hey, how do we start this thing? Protection. Okay, boom, boom. All right, now intention. No matter what, if it's a gasho prayer for Reiki, where they go and they connect and they're like, okay, protect me, protect my client, bring me the life force energy, boom, boom, however people say it. Some people call to the angels, the archangels. Some people call to the galactic masters. Guess what? They're the same peeps. They're an energy and frequency. Some people perceive them as Archangel Michael. Some people see them as Ashtar. But we all see frequency and energy. And as you ascend or rise your energy up, you start to see stuff like I'm seeing on a regular basis. And then over time, they learn you too. Like, I feel like I wasn't able to take pictures of them and things like that before, because they knew, like, I might, like, they didn't know, you know, is the thing. Is like, how would I use that? Because some people will do things and use it for, like, not good reason. Holy shit, now there's two. Holy, what is happening, man? It was just one, and now it's two. Well, now it's one again. What the fuck? I don't know. I'll try to video. Is there anybody else out there? Why are you so bright? I don't understand. Like, my ring light is on, facing the window. Like, it's kind of weird that I can even see anything right now, and that it's been there this long. I'm gonna see if I can show it to you guys. Okay, my light is on right here. That's why it's like so dim, but it's definitely there. Oh God, wait, what the hell? What is all that other light? All right, yeah, see right there? What the hell is that? Why is it so bright? This is insanity. And see, like, the glare is in my room with me, but you could still see that, like, very brightly, okay? Now, that's been there this whole time, so if it's just, like, a plane or something, like, that, no, that's not possible. And it's changed, and it's had other things come and go, like, around it. When I go really close, where'd it go? Ah. Where is it? Did it leave? Oh my God, is it gone? Oh my God. I can't see it now at all. Oh wait, no, I still see it, but very barely. It's like behind the trees or something. That's still fucked up. Like, why is that happening? That's because you cannot see anything else out there. Like, that's not normal. Sometimes when I look out, like, downstairs in the dining room, there's always stuff out there. When I have this thing open, I notice more, but in the wintertime, I'm not really usually looking out there too often. When I take the dogs out, I see a lot. When I go out of the house, like into the car, I'm like, oh my god. Like sometimes I'm afraid to come back in because I'm afraid they're gonna like try to take me. I can remember being a young kid and seeing those FBI shows of like the X Files and like thinking about like cow mutilation and like I don't even know, just like horrible shit. So that stuff is in there, and then like they had like Independence Day where everybody's murdered by the aliens. So yeah, when they come really close, a lot of people do freak out, and it's funny because I've said this before, and I'm like, if you just like maintain unconditional love, like it helps. I've recently watched something of Stephen Greer because my dad was like, oh, he's like a traumatologist or something, like, but he has the same type of shit happen that I have happen, but he's like, said the same thing of like when he tried to have like a contact experience with a group of people, which I feel like I could probably have happen if I tried. Like, again, it's intention. They'll come in the way that they can come, manifest, to be like comfortable with people. Some people will freak out, and that's what happened. Is he had a girl there, they like manifested really close, and she freaked out, so they like left. But that's what they'll do, and I've had it happen where it's like something was coming into like the pool yard with me, and I was like, well, last second, because not only is it those things are there, but it's like 4 a.m. when these things occur, because that's like the only time that stuff is like even. I don't know. I think it's just because like nothing is going on. Like half the like people, like the consciousness is calmed down. That's why I'm a night owl, because it's like, oh, like it's not so heightened. There's not so many people thinking and feeling and manifesting into your, energy fields around you. And the more that you awaken, and the more that you are sensitive, and the more that you go through, and the more these things heighten, the more you notice all of that. And also, it's been like turned up collectively for everybody. But there's also, again, evolution that comes out of that stuff. Like, it's not necessarily like a badge of honor, but it is something that you can use to your benefit, and stop feeling disempowered. Like people say, like the traits of ADHD is like, you just didn't want to fucking conform to these systems that were set into place that were like condition you to be part of this system that's not very beneficial to too many people, especially when they can't believe in themselves and they're not educated by each other in a way that's like most beneficial for like the real world. People go out there not knowing what they're doing because that other people are like benefited off of that. But the more we explore our beliefs and the limitlessness to our mind and the ability to create and see and illuminate and heal, the better it will get. And we also have our ancestors' wisdom, like, and we're re-tapping back into that. Like, they knew shit. They weren't dumb. They did things that we still can't do. Like, obviously they were more advanced. They had systems. They had things happening. And I saw something today about the pyramid being, like, the topography back then. There was water from the Nile running into that bitch. And I said that. I was like, I feel like there were power places and, like, water went through. That's basically what they've said now. Is like, it was like a place to turn on light. I'm like, oh. So, that was correct. But again, that's that knowing. And a lot of people have it. But you've got to go through the layers and the inner world. Explore yourself. Inner worlds. Exploring internal planes. Consciousness creates all of your dreams. The deep wounds. Clearing emotional block. Elixirs and crystals will help us to heal. And also, yeah, like the record keepers. Those are records of the past. There's time links to the past. There's time links to the future. There's like Devic temples that hold all this craziness. I feel like a lot of the things that have come in here that have been like light beings have come from crystals. I'm like, you guys, what is going on? Like the first thing that came was like this big globby thing of energy, and I could see it like moving through my room, and I was like, what the fuck is that? There's another thing similar to that that's here again, recently, which I don't believe it's the same unless it like took off for a while or got mad. I don't know. Maybe it did. I don't know. These spirits and these energies have, you know, their things too. And crystals manifest in and out of our reality. Like, I had that thing come in that's like burnt. I don't know what the hell happened, but when it's supposed to happen, it happens. And all of the things like the number patterns and all of that that's going in, that is healing you or opening you, awakening you. When you're seeing a lot of them, it's like you're in alignment. And like I share the ones that I get sometimes because it's like I know that those are gonna do to others what they've done to me, like whatever. Because, and I heard that the other day too. I think it might have been Dolores Cannon. It was like something she had said. Somebody said something. It was something I've said where it's like you're gonna get the message, but you're not gonna know it right then. Like you get downloaded with information, and then later on, yeah, I think it was her talking about the people who receive messages from the ETs. Like we get messages sometimes in coding and frequency and energy, and you don't know it at the time, but you're just aware of like 222, but later on something will come out of your mouth or something will happen. You'll say something, you'll know something, and it was like encoded into you in that time with those patterns and those messages. And that's why it's also like good to define them, like give them a number so that you know what the fucking universe is telling you, because you define everything. So if you keep seeing a wolf, what does the wolf mean to you? What resonates? Read a couple other people's like interpretation of what the wolf means, what number 9 means, what your life path number means, what your Lilith in the 12th house means, or Jupiter in this house means, or the age that's associated with this thing that's going to happen for you. Because all of that stuff is out there, but it's the exploration of you, of your name. What does your name mean? What does your birthday mean? Like in all of the other places too, because it's not just like Taurus. There's multiple ways to read just those. There's a 13 one. There is all of the there's these asteroids like Dick. There's a Dick planet that will determine what your dick looks like if you have one. There's one for like the sex stuff. Like I think, I don't know. There were, like Aphrodite has one. I think Eros has one. But there's like one that's literally called like cleat for clit, and like dick for dick. There's a few of them. I have it written down somewhere. I can't remember where. Like I had the names of them written down. I didn't look up like the full on meaning of each one yet, but I know. But I got like the gist of what they all represent, and I'm like, okay. But yeah, you just can look into that stuff, and it will help you to understand. Like, look for the things specific to like past life stuff too. Like how can I use astrology for my past life? Well, we know the North Node and the South Node are going to help us, so I'm going to go Google like, what this means in this. So like it was mine, North Node and Gemini, past life information, and then I found like the articles that I was drawn to, read them, was like, holy shit. And they had resonated so much for myself that I even like recorded myself reading it to another person that had the same ones, because I knew it was going to resonate for them, but in a different way for them, because they were manifesting in one way that was like mentioned, and I was in another way that was mentioned, but neither one of those ways were like, hey, you should definitely be doing that, because you may have done that in a past life, and if you're doing it in this one, you're not supposed to repeat that. And I was doing the like hermit thing, and they were like thinking about traveling the entire world to have spiritual experiences. So those things are available. It's going to resonate to you when you find it, but you've got to look for it and also meditate. So when you meditate, you get answers. You can ask. That meditation I listened to recently, who are you, is all that they say in it, but they're like plant, rock, earth. But it's not a whole lot of words. It's more just like drumming. Steady beat of a drum will put you into a trance. It will help you to uncover. You've got to trust. I don't see a whole movie, but I know what they're showing me. I know when they showed me the wolf life, like it was like I don't see it as a movie play out, but I know what would be on the screen. It's hard to explain. Because, like, I do have a picture, but it's not me seeing the picture. I just know, like, generally what that would look like. And how it, like, appeared in my mind. I do get flashes of, like, of a thing, but some of it's more intense than others. I don't know. And also, when you look back on it, you remember it differently than you actually experienced it in the moment that you had it, because now it's a memory. So we always retrieve things less and less as we go back to them, like to think about in that way. So meditating takes you into the moment again, to experience it, to see it again, and retrieve whatever you need, because that's also part of it. So soul retrieval, past life meditation, looking the north node, south node up for your chart specifically. Like, you can even Google, like, where was the north node for the day that you were born and the year that you were born, and they'll probably give it to you, unless you're like right close onto a cusp of it. When it switches, you usually can check most stuff without needing very, very specific things. But yeah, I will try to add some like detail to show what I mean. Namaste.